Very, very warm welcome to Rishabh Pant. Thank you so much for joining us over here at Hindustan Times, and a big congratulations on that incredible series in Australia. Um, we'll start with the questions right now, and Aditya will be doing most of it. So take over, Aditya.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Rudra. And Rishabh, as Rudra said, massive congratulations. Before we get down to the cricket, I just want to start with a really simple one, actually, which is get an idea of what this series meant to you. Because, before it started, we know that you weren't picked in the shorter formats, Adelaide. To go from there to, to basically be responsible for the turnaround and to cause one of the greatest test series wins ever by an Indian team. Like, how does a 23-year-old do that?
I have no idea about that, how to do that, but I can only say that yes, I was feeling low when the series started because I was not picked for the one days and T20s. Then I thought maybe there is some fault in me, so I have to keep working in myself. I need to improve myself each and every day. That's the only thing I was focusing when I was there, and I tried to talk to all the seniors, everyone, all the coaches. So I was trying to see that what different can I do and how does that help the team. That was the only thing in my mind, and I was preparing myself toward that. So I think what I got to know that if you are giving your 100%, 200% each and every day, sooner or later you'll see the result. That's what I understood.
Sure. Okay, but Rishabh, what do you do? What do you do personally? Again, I haven't come to Australia yet, but what do you do when you're down? How do you pick yourself up? You listen to music, you watch movies, you watch more cricket, you watch your own videos. What do you do?
I try not to focus on cricket too much. Yes, if I want to improve something like skill wise or fitness wise, I'll do my work. Then when I come to the room, I'll see some movies, some action movies. Sometimes I play music on the speakers and all. And talk to my family, talk to my friends, not to focus only on cricket, because especially when you are down, you tend to think about cricket too much.
Yep.
You need to give yourself some space also. So that's what I do, and keep reminding myself that you have to do well, you are good. So I just try to give belief to myself that yes, you can turn it around. That's only.
Right.
Somewhat permanent after what we saw right at the end in Brisbane. I mean, like this constantly lifting. All you have to think about is those winning runs. Saini at the other end, that ball going for a four, you standing under the flag. Is that something that's going to stay in your head for a very long time now?
I think it will stay because right now it's one of the biggest moment in my life that I've done something good. I think in cricket, that's why I was able to do this, because I was also amazed that because as a player, you always dream something like this, that if you do well and your team win, you can't get a better occasion, because I'm a kind of person who thinks for the team benefit first. If yes, I was disappointed in Sydney match when I got out on 97, but the same thing I was thinking that yes, I didn't got 100, but I was not thinking about the 100. I was thinking that if I could have played a little bit more, we could have won the match. So that's a kind of thinking I tend to keep most of the time.
I have a question here. Aditya, if I can just quickly interrupt, sorry. Quick question. So, Rishabh, as you were saying that in the Sydney match, you got out, and then the India realized that they were not going to chase, especially because Jadeja was injured, Hanuma was carrying an injury,
Yes.
Ashwin was carrying an injury. So they, and then they did that fantastic gritty partnership to save the match. But in Brisbane, when you went out to bat, when did the message come through to you that okay, now we are going for it? Because we were speaking to Ajinkya just before this, and he was telling us that the day started with them. The message was to batsmen that just play your natural game,
Play your
build
natural
partnership.
game.
We will see later. So when did that message come through to you?
I don't know. I think I was in a zone. Since I went in my head, it was already there that we have to win the match.
Mm,
I never gave myself a second thought that we are going for a draw. And I was trying to keep us as a team in the game for as long as possible. So I was calculative that yes, we have to play normal game. And in the same end, we don't have to lose wicket also. Because Pujji Bhai was batting beautifully from another end. I think the main thing started from the way Shubman batted. That's what
right.
I think, because the way he batted was like brilliant. He started all this, I think so. Then Pujivai, Ajubia came in between. Then me, Washi did help the team. So I think it was a total team effort. That's what I look it as. It was amazing. But in the end, when we were thinking that when 30, 40 runs were there, then they said, yes, you can go for the target. But before that, I was just doing whatever I could have done that time. There was no message from the team management that you have to play this way, that way.
Right.
You
Yeah.
made your intentions quite clear, so before we come to Brisbane, I want to talk about Sydney. That knock, that 97, you just touched upon it a little bit. Um, when that's how you play, right? Like they push mid off, mid on, back to long off, long on. You take them on. At 97, there was a debate about this. Was it to get to that 100 quickly, or was it because like the new ball was due in the next over and you were just continuing to play your natural game? Just a little bit about Sydney.
I don't know what people were thinking, but as an individual and as a player, I was in the zone. I was only watching the ball and playing the ball. I thought, still, I think the ball was there to hit. Yes, I mistimed it. I didn't got 100. But I think as a player, if the ball is there next time also, I'm going to try the same shot. That's what I think. Because I was not trying something out of the box. The ball
Yeah.
was there. I think there was some so close that it must be a margin of like this. If it would be somewhere inside or outside, that would have made all the difference. But I think the thing which I liked about that inning was in the starting, I took my time. I gave myself enough time to understand the pitch and all. Yes, once I got the idea of the pitch, then I took on the bowlers.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you were going for it in Sydney, uh, did you yourself believe that 407 is possible at that point?
See, like we talk in the dressing room that everything is possible in the cricket. You can do anything, you can achieve everything, but first you need to believe that. So in the back of the mind, everyone knew that it's gonna be really hard, but at the same time, you know that nothing is impossible in cricket. So we were just giving ourselves the best opportunity. We were playing according to the situation. We thought we'll just play, have a good partnership. Me and Pujji Pai, we were taking it deep. That's the only thing we were focusing on. We were not focusing on the bigger picture that time, because when you see the bigger picture, pressure comes to you sometime. So we were believing in ourselves. We were believing in the process. Whatever we were doing, like we'll play for a session, we'll play a 1 hour like that. So we were planning like this, let's add 15, 20 more runs. So that was the main thought, I think so.
Those
Right.
first 33 balls in Sydney, was it also your elbow, or was it just you understanding that pitch, the fifth day pitch?
I think both the things, because before taking the injection, it was really difficult for me to move it around. It was really difficult. And even though when I took the injection, I was scared because I had no idea how this will work. So in after few time when I tried the shot, it was paining a bit even after the injection. But then I got into the zone, and that's how it all started.
Right.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
I remember watching some videos of you in the nets in Australia, and there were moments when you would play a shot and you would say, "Not that shot" to yourself. I remember you doing that quite a lot in the nets. Now, how hard is it to while you going through this tour? Um, all the great innings that you played, we saw that you played your natural game. But was there also an effort to kind of curb your instincts a little bit, and to play the ball on its merit?
I think the instinct takeovers when you
Hmm.
see the ball. It doesn't come before the ball. So I think you need to be disciplined with your shot selection sometime, because
Hmm.
especially in Test cricket you have ample time that you can give yourself. So what happens sometimes when you hurry too much? Yes, we practice to improve our cricket each and every day, but at the same time, I'm not saying I'm perfect.
Right.
So sometimes as an individual also, if j- I can make judgment errors also, because the margin is very less. But we were focusing on the same thing, that what was the process, what
Yeah.
I was doing in the practice and all. So that was the main thing, because
But
instinct is something you need to control sometimes according to
hmm,
the situation. Like in last match, I got a 50 or 100 balls. It's
right.
not like every time, because it's international level. Everyone is so good over there. You won't be getting a bad ball each and every over. You have
Of
to
course.
respect the bowler and the bowling both.
But did you decide that there are some things that you will not do out in the middle? Just like say Pujara decided that he's not going to pull and not going to hook, in that Brisbane test. What were there shots or things that you said to yourself that I'm not going to do?
No, I'll as an individual I try to keep myself open to everything during the match, because you don't know what will happen in the match. According to the situation, you have to sometimes attack, sometimes you have to defend, sometimes you just have to wait for the right time to take on the opposition. So there are so many things and variables. So as an individual, I am open to anything. So
Right.
I don't decide, because most of the time what happens when you decide that I won't do that, it's difficult that you don't do the same thing. If I'll say I will not pull, but if I'll see the ball and I'll pull, but in the back of the mind I know that I'm saying I don't have to pull, then you are somewhere in between. So
Right.
I don't want to be in between. Either it's you have to hit, either you have to leave.
Okay,
Right.
Rishabh,
I
can I? Rudra?
Yes, Aditya, go ahead.
Or are you?
No, no,
Sorry,
go ahead.
sorry.
You.
Yeah. So
It's you.
in Brisbane, there was this one ball I want to take your attention to, where I think Lion pitched it on the rough, and it spun square. First slip caught the ball, I think. Right?
Yeah.
The very next ball, and nothing talks about your mindset, your intent more than that shot in the next ball, where you stepped out and you planted it in the stands over mid wicket. There is something with you and challenges such as these, right? Because the same thing which I was asking you about earlier, about mid on, mid off, back, and you take them on. Where does this come from? I mean, like, is it purely confidence? What is it?
I think as a batsman, you tend to read the bowler, what he might do the next ball. Because I thought when he bowled that ball, the ball spun a lot. So because he's a very good bowler, you know that. He has already
Yeah.
taken so many wickets, has played 100 matches. So you know that he has experience, idea, everything. So as a big bowler like him, if the ball is doing too much, especially for a lefty, then you know that he might try to bowl you in the stump. From stump, he'll try to do the same thing, because he won't bowl the same ball there most of the time. And I thought if he'll give me some space or he'll bowl inside the stump, I'll step out, because I saw when he bowled, the ball was inside the wickets. So that's why I tried to hit him. If he would have bowled somewhere else, I would have left the ball. That's what I thought.
And with the two fielders in the deep, there's no fear there. I mean, complete fearlessness in taking them on. Again, against Nathan Lyon only.
See, I think if you're trying to hit a boundary grounded, then it's not a problem. But when you are trying to hit six, you know that you are taking your chances every time when you are hitting ball in the air. So if you are trying to hit it for six, you know that 6 is outside the row. Fielder won't catch it. So if you have done everything right, it will go out. So every time you play a ball in the air, you are taking chance. So why not try for 6 runs in the same ball? That's what I think. If there.
Rishabh, I have a question.
Hanji.
So I want to take you back to Calcutta in 2015 November when you and Washington opened the batting in the Tri-Series final against Bangladesh. It was a very small target, but you and Washington opened the batting. Now, those two fellows, 5 years down the line, finishing a match, such an important match, probably the most important test win of India. What were your thoughts? I mean, you two go back a long time. So what were your thoughts? And that was a special class. I mean, that 2016 class under Rahul Dravid. How did having Rahul Dravid as a coach not affect your batting, but affect your mindset? You are calmer now. You seem calmer now. So could you just elaborate?
See, I'm still young, but I'm learning. That's the only thing I can say. I can see people around me working hard as a professional. I can see that they're playing for India for so many years. What I have to change in my nature, game, everything. I just want to learn from everyone. I learned discipline from Rahul sir a lot. Even after so many years, even when he's not playing, also he's always on time and all. I can see so many seniors in the team, Virat Bhai, Rohit Bhai, Ajubia, everyone in the team putting hard work each and every day. They are up to the task. Pujji Bhai, you can see the determination, the way he plays. So you can see the culture and you learn from it. As an individual, you have to learn. So when me and Washi played there, it was the biggest thing for us that time. We were both were opening, but I tend to move on in my life because once you have done something, you have done something. Because in cricket, every day is a new day. That's what I feel. If you keep yourself at the same place when you score or don't score, it will help your cricket. That's what I think. Because what happens when you don't score runs, you tend to lose confidence, and when you score runs, you tend to gain confidence. So what I try to do, I try to keep myself at the same level so I can take the next match at the same intensity, at the same effort. That's what I try to do most of the time.
Thank you.
Uh, uh, yeah. Hi, Rishabh. Hi,
Yes,
you
go on.
mentioned
Go ahead.
about, learning every day. Yeah. Yeah. Hi, Rishabh. So you mentioned about learning every day, improving every day. And this relay tour was all about reaffirming your batting credentials. Now, still, there is this debate, whether to go with a specialist wicketkeeper or a wicketkeeper who has a better batting credentials. How do you see this thing? And also, your current wicket keeping skills, are you happy with it, or what are the areas that you need to improve or you want to improve in your wicket keeping?
I think as a individual, no one is happy where they are right now in the life. No one is happy. Everyone wants to improve. So as especially as a youngster, I want to improve each and every day. I am never happy. I don't give myself credit for anything because as an individual, I need to work hard each and every day. If I want to play for India, if I want to win matches for India, I have to give my 100% each and every day. If you are doing well, if you are not doing well. So as an individual, I want to learn each and every day. Yes, sometimes you feel happy, sometimes you feel confident, but I don't focus on the all this thing what people are saying is debate and all. I focus on my things that I can put my hard work. I can learn different things from everyone around me. I'll try to improve myself. So I try to do that, which I can control, because most of the thing which you are seeing are out of my control. I have no control over that. So let's focus on my things which I can control. That's what I try to do.
Right.
Uh, Rishabh, when you're batting with someone like Cheteshwar, you spoke about this fleetingly, but I want to know what it's like standing 22 yards away because there cannot be two more different batsmen in Indian cricket. So, what are you guys talking about when you meet in the middle? What just generally paint a picture for me, like during a long partnership, like the one in Sydney. What are you and Pujara talking about?
See, we talk the same thing which everyone talks, because in the starting of the day as a team, when we huddle up, we talk about how we gonna take this day. So most of the time there is a team plan when everyone is inside. So like whenever me and Puji or anyone is betting together, you know that in test matches especially you have to build partnerships and all. So we talk about that, how we can build the partnership, or if the tea or lunch is near, not to lose a wicket at that time, let's focus on that. So there's small thing which we keep on talking and focusing and appreciating each other at the same time. That's the main thing when we meet in the pitch. That's what I think most of the
But
time.
Yeah, sorry, go on.
no, but what is it like to watch Pujara batting from the other end in the terms of especially when he's like taking balls to his body, just like so much great settling down there and not losing his wicket under any circumstances, no matter what is coming at him. What is it like to actually watch that from such a close view?
I think it gives you a lot of learning, especially as a youngster. You can see that a person playing for country for so long has done so well for the country, and then he's so determined, even after getting hit by the ball for like 5-10 times. Someone is standing there giving his 200% because he's so determined to make his team win. That's a team culture we want to build. That doesn't matter what happened, end of the day we have to make India win as a team. So everyone is when everyone tries to give their 100%, special thing happens. But you have to think about the team, then only it happens. That's what I feel.
So there is common to talk about because we also asked this question because there have been interviews in the past of people like Sehwag and Dravid who are very similar to you and Pujara batting out there in the middle. And when they were asked what they talk about, they said nothing because we have nothing to lend to each other, right? But here there are clearly like team tactics and team plans to talk about, especially in the fourth innings when you're going for a win. So we could also see Pujara was slightly more affected by your play at that point by upping his scoring. So I mean, uh, what what was it like after Pujara got out in Brisbane when you're batting with people like Washi and Shardul Thakur? What are you telling them at that point when the runs are less?
At that time I was only telling that let's play normal cricket. If somebody has to hit, it will be me. You just keep playing normal cricket, let's see what happens after that. Because I don't think so there was very much difference left when they came to bat. So I told them just play your normal game. Let's look for single doubles. That's the only thing most of the time.
Right.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, go ahead, Anand.
Rishabh, how, for every sportsman, this lockdown and pandemic has been so difficult. And the way you have spoken about, working on your technique, your batting, somewhere I read you also worked on, changed your diet plans, etc. So then in IPL, to get that balance in the crease, can you just talk about that leading to the Australia series? Your own, the way you worked.
Lockdown was hard for me, especially I was in my hometown and we were not allowed to go out anywhere. So there was a lot of problem with that. But when I got a chance, then I started practicing. Then, but till the time I got the chance, it was too late. Then we built on IPL, we trained there, started proper diet and all. But everything was going nicely after that. That's what I think, because of the lockdown, when you don't play cricket for so long, and some thing was good that I stayed with my family. For my mind, it was good, refreshing everything. But for something like fitness, for the skill, it was not good. So they're both the factors. Then when you start playing cricket, like sir, गाड़ी का इंजन होता है ना, स्टार्ट करो थोड़ा अगर 5-10 किलोमीटर चलता है तो उसके बाद स्मूथ हो जाता है. तो इट्स सेम इन क्रिकेट आल्सो. दैट्स व्हाट आई थिंक. व्हेन यू कीप प्लेइंग मैचेस रेगुलरली, you tend to get more confidence, you get the more idea, body rhythm में रहती है. So that's what everything was building up to the failure. And when I got time, because I was not playing one days and T20s, I got enough time to work on my fitness, on my mental strengthening, my skills. So everything was building up properly for me, I think so.
Right.
And last, you know what happened? We won the series.
Rishabh, now like with Ashwin, people talk about, his bowling, but he's still, somewhere in the mind, he wants to do well as a batsman. Then somewhere I read Ajinkya told him that calm down, don't worry about your batting. How does it work with your batting and keeping? Because, obviously you're working on it. So how does it work with you, in terms of
Nothing,
confidence?
sir. As a player, I'm doing two things, wicket keeping and batting.
Yeah.
And you need to find a balance between both of them. Sometimes you need to give more time to wicket keeping, sometimes you bat more. So it's a balance everyone has to create themselves.
Right. I have a quick question, which is, what was it like after that Brisbane win in terms of the celebrations, in terms of you guys getting together as a team to celebrate? Tell us some stories from there that nobody knows.
Nobody knows the first team का dressing room का ही होता है. But I think it was a very special moment for everyone. मतलब I can see from the starting to the end of the series, when we finished, we won the match. You can see the joy in everyone's eyes, because it was not only one person or two person. Everyone in the team contributed for the win. That's what I feel. Even the support staff, captain, all the players, everyone complimented each other so well, because everyone was determined that we have to win the series somehow. Even though we were getting injured, everyone in the team was sometimes tense ki yaar ye bhi injured ho gaya, wo bhi injured ho gaya. But as a team, when we went to the ground, we always used to think that no matter what, ठीक है इंजरी हो गई, अभी we have to focus on controllables. जो भी खेल रहे हैं 11, you have to give your heart out, we have to win this. So it was that kind of atmosphere in the dressing room. And when we won, it was like something was different, man. Everyone was so happy. We were sitting together, having fun, talking nonsense, I guess. But it was so good. Difficult to describe it on TV.
Right. Especially since there were so many young people involved, so many people making their debuts involved. Did that have a different kind of an effect in the team, to have so many young people and so many debutants, doing something so big?
It's good for them actually if someone in the debut series help India like this. All the players. It's a dream start for everyone. That's what I think. Especially if something magical happens in the first series itself. You can see that they can take India somewhere else. That's what I
Right.
feel. Anything can happen if something magical is happening on the first series. Then sky is the limit. It's just the starting. That's what I feel sometimes.
And like you were saying that you don't try to get affected too much by a bad performance, which gives you less confidence, or a good performance that gives you more confidence. Going into the England series, what difference will it make the way you won in Australia? Will that make a difference, or will it just be another day in the office for you when you go in for the England series?
It will be like the same day, like each and every day we go to the ground doing our drills, practicing. It will be same for all of us. That's what I feel, because as I said in the starting, every day is a new day in cricket.
Right.
you haven't played too much Test cricket in India. After this kind of a batting show, you think there's a great chance that you'll feature even if as a specialist batsman? And I know it's not in your hands, and you've said over and over again. But if they do, you have much of a problem, or is this the balance that you always wanted to find between keeping and batting?
I'll try to find a balance between keeping and batting always, but nothing is in my hand. So I told you before also, I only focus on things which I can control. My effort, my mindset. Other than that, I don't focus on that too much.
Okay. So we'll wrap now. Does anybody have one last question before we say bye-bye to Rishabh?
नहीं है, yes. नहीं है.
So happy. Okay, thank you so much, Rishabh. Thank you very much for joining us, and congratulations again, and all the best for the England series.
Rishabh, wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bia. Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone. All right.
Bye.
Bye, Rishabh.